Greetings, loved ones. It's your friend Alistair. Um, you'll notice I'm wearing all black. That's because I'm dressed for my fucking funeral. Uh, as those astute members of my audience will observe, I have here a bottle of antibacterial hand sanitizer. To those concerned about my health, literally don't worry about it. I googled it. It's just pretty much just looking at the ingredients. It is like 40% alcohol and 60% water, and it's just it's pretty much the same as. It's not like I'm not poisoning myself, but I'm not poisoning myself any more than I would be if I was just drinking like gin, vodka, rum. It's just alcohol. I looked it up. I googled it. There are no significant recorded cases of anyone dying of hand sanitizer consumption. It's man, my nails look bad. It's three ingredients, mostly water, partly alcohol, and then they add something to it. It doesn't taste that bad, so they add something to it to make it taste worse, to prevent people, children, idiots from drinking it. But no, not unironically. That's just my favorite word to say. But ironically, which is what I actually meant to say, that ingredient is the reason I will be drinking hand sanitizer today, because that's what makes it so much fun. For context, for those unaware, my friend Robin made a tournament in WWE 2K19, which members of our friend group would anonymously sign up to, and myself and a couple of my other friends made little bets on which of them we'd guess right. If we could accurately pair the character to the creator, that was a win for us. And if we failed to do so, we would have to pay a penalty of some sort. My penalty is that I will be drinking a shot of hand sanitizer. And the reason I got this water here isn't to dilute the taste, because it really doesn't. It doesn't help at all. Nothing dilutes it, as I've learned through experimentation. What I'm going to do is I shoot a spritz, maybe two. Yeah, they're not very big. They're little spritzes into the glass, and then I'll add a little of this. Oh, I just spilled some damn water on the cup, and I'm already a mess. Just a little bit, because I don't want to take the fun out of it. I can smell it already. It's really bad. And so that is one. And not to spoil things, but I guessed 16 of the characters correctly, which is pretty good. But that means I'm going to be drinking 9 of these. And yeah, I've been talking for about 3.5 minutes, and that's because I've been stalling, because I don't want to do this. But a deal's a deal. So without further ado, I'm going to press play on this video. And you'll see in the corner here or here, you'll have the little video yourself. I love this song. I immediately recognized it, because this was the song that Robin used for the intro of the original Asphodel Meadows. Played by Massacre, and that I knew. I should have said who I guessed this to be before I read it out. But yeah, no, I knew this one because I saw Mass posting about her in the OC chat. But something that's interesting is part of the reason why I like to think part of the reason why Asphodel Meadows 2 happened is because Robin was talking to me about what she should do. She wanted to do a big like return show on AES. And I said, hey, earlier this day, Mass has been posting this really cool, like, female character in OC chat. So if you want my suggestion, I think doing an all-female Asphodel Meadows too could be pretty cool. And Robin's like, I've been considering it. And I like to think that Cledy Lynn is part of the reason this tournament happened at all. And she is someone I was like rooting for to go very far. Anyway, yeah, so guess that right, no drink. And next is Isabelle Ibarra. I wasn't sure who this was. I had a few possibilities in mind, but what kind of nailed it for me, the reason I think figured it out, is because I was talking to Robin, and she said that the character, one of the things about the character that she really liked was that she was inspired by Teresa Titan, and I was like, oh, that's cool, because usually when a character is inspired by another wrestler, it's like one of the current big names on the site, like Alistair, Robin Reflex, or one of the historic, like Laura Brennan, Sir Dan Danielson. That's the typical kind of pool people will pick from. But the fact that it was this, being decent. No, that's fine. Relatively new character from, who'd only been in this one Fed, that not a lot of people really paid attention to when it was happening, which I've always fucking like cursed AS for. But I knew Hinoa was really into Wave. He was a big fan of it, and I thought, of all people, Hinoa would be likely to have a character who was kind of inspired by that Fed, or a character from that Fed. And yeah, I fucking nailed it. I was great job on that. Very clever. Up next we got Cleopatra Khan. I thought this was Rozo. This was in fact Stardy, which means can't really put this off any longer. It's so bad. It's so bad, and it stays really bad as well. It like lingers. The Go Shiozaki versus Minoru Fujitsu, Kazu. There are a couple of Fujitas in wrestling. I think it's Kaz Fujitsu. I think he's the one with the very hard head, the big round dome. And in his match with Shiozaki, when he like drank a mouthful of hand sanitizer and he spat it out and then kept wrestling, all I could think was, wow, he hasn't like washed his mouth out with anything. He just took a fucking big mouthful of that. And that taste is gonna like linger with him for the remainder of the fucking wrestling match. And he just took it like a champ. What a cool guy. Anyway, let's keep going. This is Lady Sif, and I had a theory with this one, because I knew Jordan had a character named Lady Sif, because I pay attention, my fingers on the pulse, I know everything. But I didn't think he'd be so obvious. I thought, and I had a really cool theory where I actually thought this was Monty, because Kondo is doing a thing with Maria Villanueva at the minute where she's kind of Shaman's like successor. She's kind of the next generation Shaman. And Shaman had a tag partner, and Maria has a tag partner. And I thought, maybe this is Maya Mori, like assuming the mantle of Lady Sif. I was convinced it was Lady Sif 2. It was some kind of successor. But I actually didn't guess that. If you check in the little thread, did I post them in the thread? I don't know. I sent them to Robin. I can post a timestamp version. I chickened out. I was a coward. I just went with the safe bet, which was that this was GoldenEye. And I was right. Because I was a coward. I was afraid. But that coward saved me. Fear is a survival instinct. Skeleton Mr. Linway. I knew she was Fang Linway's daughter. Fang Linway in PGC. Her gimmick is that she has a kid. So shared last name. Scarlett Marissa Linway's gimmick is that she's adopted. I thought, obviously, this is Sean. Sean showing up in the chat, like, confirmed it to me. I was like, oh, yeah, fucking Sean's in there. Yeah, but Sean is in the tournament, which I was right about, but it's Sumi, which a lot of people guess just from the design. And the thing, this is a case where my kind of lore knowledge cost me. It was like the opposite of the Lady Sif thing, where because I knew enough about the character, I was able to piece together some clues, but it turns out I was kind of too clever for my own good. And if I hadn't recognized the last name, if I hadn't kind of pieced things together, I would have just assumed it was Sumi, because based on the face, the entrance, the look, the everything about the character screams Sumi. But I don't know. I thought I was too clever about it. When Sean said in the chat, I skipped this game for 20, I thought it was a trick. I thought he was lying. He was like tricking people, which I guess he was, again, because he did sign up to this. But well, this is gross. Yeah, I really should have known. I'll drink this and then I'll keep talking about this because I have like one more thing to say about this. It's gone. I should have brought a bowl. Oh, it's gone. So Sean has a character named Christine. No. Something Miller, not Lucy Miller. The other Miller, the one who was in Lindsay Miller. And she's the sister of a study character and Mandy character. And so there's a precedent for Sean signing up characters who are related to other characters. I don't even think that's the only time he's done it. I think he's done it a few times. So I really should have guessed that, you know, there was at least a possibility that this character would sign up with someone other than Sean. This is going over. And you remember how I said I thought Rozo was Cleopatra Khan, and that turned out to be Stardy? Yeah, just, you know, I was fucking, I fucked it, I got it backwards. And I sort of guessed that. I remained hopeful that I was right about this one. I want to make sure I'm still recording. I think I am. Because if I'm not, I'm too deep for nothing. No, I'm still going. Okay. I remained hopeful that I was right, because I know Stardy knows a thing or two about Yu-Gi-Oh! But when the little thing popped up that said this character was inspired by a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card, I thought, fuck, I really shot the bet on this one. Because I know Rozo is a fan of card games and stuff, which I know from the pre-streams of the events. And yeah, I had like three possibilities. I thought it was Tan, Rozo, or Stardy. I went with Stardy. And I was mistaken, so now I'm going to drink this hand sanitizer. Oh. When it's in the mouth, it's bad, but when it's going down your throat, it's really very, very bad. Let's keep going. I'm not trying to waste time here. Ranskura, I knew already because Kawada talked to me about her before the tournament. Blaster Jack, I guess, from the promo, and when Fraser was really the thing, I was like, fuck yeah, I nailed it. Super got it. Fireball was death, which I knew for a long time because I'll see if I can find the conversation actually. I'll see if I can like open it up, but it was like very recent. Yeah, I'm sorry, this is gonna be boring. I'm just scrolling. I promise I'm not like stalling. I'll search in our chat. I'll type Liague. So Def was, I remember we were in a call, Def was like struggling to come up with an idea. Or maybe he'd already thought of it and he was just lying. It's kind of covers tracks, which is fine. I like the fucking deception. It's part of the fun. But what he told me was, yeah, I don't know who to sign up. I really want to, but I don't have any ideas. And I was like, hey, so you're really into League of Legends right now. why don't you take not necessarily like a character from League of Legends, but a character who kind of incorporates the elements of the things you like about League of Legends. And Def was like, I had an idea to that effect. And then he was like, and other than that, I'd tell you nothing. And yeah, fuck yeah, cool. Like, again, that's one of those cool, like, kind of secret sort of behind the scenes development stories, I guess, that not even I think Robin knows about, is like how some of the things may have possibly come together. Like, it's entirely possible Fireball would have existed in the exact same form if that hadn't happened, but at the very least, that was a clue that led to me figuring out who that was. This next one, I guess this was Sky, because I went a little bit Galaxy Brain, and I thought, well, Tiana Blackwell doesn't have any logos on her gear. If I was Sky and I was signing up and I was really playing the game and I really wanted to trick some people and I really wanted to get Alistair a little bit drunk off some hand sanitizer, I'd go like full deception, like full atypical character design, because everybody knows Sky is the logo guy. So a character with just bare, free of logos, which is again the opposite of Mascara Graphica, who is his gimmick is like linked to him having a bunch of logos on him. I thought it was a clever ploy. However, Tiana Blackwell was Pyro Mercenary. And that's not who I thought it was. See, I'm not using much water because I really don't want to dilute the taste too much, because this is my punishment. This is my penance. This is my fucking just desserts. Yeah, it's like a lump floating in there. It's really, really gross. Mm. 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 Oh. Oh. You can really taste the lump. You really can. Mojave Rose. I really like the character. This is like, I don't know, your favorite main character, he's really hitting. Like, I think Cassie Krause is really cool. I really like, obviously the Vampire. I think I'm like rooting for him to win a world title within the next year. I think Smile Megado is massive star potential. Mojave Rose, again, is like another one of those characters. Like, it's a really cool concept that I think has been executed very well. Don't look at my underwear. You can if you want to, but like, don't feel the need to. You don't have to. Mojave Rose is great. Just based on the surname, the design, the overall gimmick, I thought she was kind of an alternate take on Amy Roslin. I thought it was girly doing kind of going in a different direction with the Amy Roslin concept, focusing more on some kind of understated aspects of a character, or like in a different way. That was like kind of the Marvel Ultimate version. It's that. As you know, she's a complete separate character. And I think out of anybody, I would have had the best chance of knowing that, because I've seen a couple of mid-cutters like streams. And he does good work, and he's a great commentator. Like, you know, that is like really good. But I got this one wrong. So I gotta drink more. That's a little bit too much for us. So I'm gonna slowly sip this one, because it's what I deserve. How many am I up to? I don't know. I haven't been counting. I feel like this is probably 4. Oh. I'm gonna have a fun evening. I I'm starting to feel the effects of the alcohol. I can see why people drink this. It'd be hitting the spot. Luckily for you guys, I'm for my dad, who this is his kind of recreational room. I'm very good at containing my vomit. So if I feel myself about ready to throw up, there's a bathroom like, I guess like 12 feet in this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 12. Maybe more than 10, because I'm like half of 10. I'm taller than that. Don't let people tell you I'm short. This is my fucking... No, it's not. Yasmin Velasquez. I thought this was mid-cutter. I thought this sort of name, design, gimmick all fit into mid-cutter's kind of MO, because I know mid-cutter likes to dabble in kind of archetypes for the most part. With the exception of Simon Megadov, who's like a vampire wizard, kind of brought back from the dead by a bunch of witches, and he killed those witches. He's so cool. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought this would fit well in mid-cutter's kind of established canon of characters, along with, you know, Mojave Rose, who's a kind of old-timey wrestler. You got Cassie Krause, who's like a cool big sister. Just punk girl kind of fit with that premise. It was Sean though, and so I was right about Sean being in the tournament, and I almost want to give myself a little reward for that, but that's not something I stipulated in advance. So yeah, a little trickle. There we go. Ooh, this one's gonna be yucky. This one's gonna be bad. Ooh, this one's gonna be bad. This one's gonna hit badly. That was the worst one. That was the worst one. That was the worst one. Oh, thank God. Yes, Lori Mae Derry messaged me prior to the tournament. I knew Mackenzie and the other Ryland look like Dallas characters. I get that. Allison Chase. I was just convinced it was Clark, even though there were so many other possibilities. Like, could have been Stardy, could have been Nate, could have been Tan, could have been Blake. I was just convinced Allison Chase was Clark from like the word go. And I was right, and it's a cool feeling. And Rowan actually told me she was inspired by one of the BuzzFeed Unsolved guys, but I didn't know Clark was into BuzzFeed Unsolved, because I don't think I've ever heard him mention it. So that kind of didn't narrow it down. That wasn't really a clue, but I still got it right. So I'm pleased with that. Amber Wrestler. I got a story about this one. First of all, great character. Fuck yeah. So. 13 letters. In the original sign-up thread Robin posted for Asphodel Meadows, she posted it was the initials of the character plus the number of letters in the handler's name. So Turtle of War was T _________ O _ W _______, and I was positive that was Toilet of War. Prior to the reveals, I was certain that was Toilet of War, and I got excited because I thought that's a good character. And it was actually Turtle of War, who is much better and is my second favorite sign-up of the entire tournament. My first favorite is Amber Wrestlegar, whose handler has 13 letters in their username. And I thought, this is Pyro. Pyro is going sicko mode. Pyro's going ham. Pyro's tapping into that lore knowledge. Pyro's writing his little heart out. Because Pyro's such an underrated writer. Such a good writer. The stuff with the amateur he's been writing these last 3 years is regularly some of the best stuff on the site. And I know Pyro is aware of the kind of war between the old guard and the nostalgia heads and the kind of current AS, the kind of site figureheads at the minute, Tan, Clock, me. And I thought Pyro would have fun with that. And there was even one other possibility I thought of, which is PROBABLYCLOCK 13. And I thought maybe Clock was maybe Robin was being really clever and really trying to obfuscate the handlers by using their kind of less regularly used usernames, like how the fucking clown in this is revealed as Alistair Gladwin IRL. But yeah, and I'll do my hang on, it's Dan, and so I'm gonna do my thing now. But yeah, I want to talk about this character a little bit more because, as I said, she is sincerely my favorite in the tournament. My top 3 are her, Turtle, Claudette. So I was very, very, very happy with not only how far the Turtle went, because that really surprised me. Considering, I don't know, just considering the Turtle is kind of a less serious character, I didn't think they'd get that kind of push, but the fact that they did is really great to me. I think that character has so much potential. And yeah, I think they are kind of more serious than the premise would lead you to believe. But just because the entire tournament was recorded and edited prior to anyone writing or posting their promos, the fact that even before Girly wrote that amazing promo, Robin got that this was a character with a lot of potential to go far. I thought that was great. And Claudette won, which is sick. Fuck yeah, But I in my prediction, I had Amber going to at least the semifinals, and I actually had her in the finals with Claudette and I think Allison was the other one because I hadn't seen the bracket yet. And luckily I'm not drinking on my bracket predictions, but I really did have Amber going very far because I like her a lot. I haven't stained the glass yet. I usually do when I'm wearing lipstick. I usually leave marks on it. But yeah, this is something I really want to talk about. There's a line at the end of the promo where Amber's like, no wonder you guys all dress up as anime characters because you don't want to be yourselves or something. And it was like, that line, my jaw dropped because I knew what that line was a reference to. That line was a reference to a Sir Dan Danielson promo that was posted about 2 years ago, where Sedan also says, wow, you guys all fucking love dressing up as anime characters and video game characters and shit. That's dumb. And I told Dan at the time, I don't really like this promo. I think it's kind of inconsistent. I think he's talking about being this serious wrestler who doesn't have a gimmick and stuff, but also he's this kind of knight royal family guy, and he's like, I'm the royalty of wrestling, and I'm gonna teach you subjects shit. And when he was like, oh yeah, you guys fucking dress up as anime characters, I was like, what is that a reference to? Which character does that? Because I could think of 2 out of the whole site. And this line in the Amber promo, I thought that's got to be a deliberate callback to that. And I didn't think Dan would... I didn't think that would like stick out to him. I didn't think he'd like remember that, because I remember before I did my big feedback thing, I was talking to Clark and Tan, and I was like, I don't know if I want to, like, because Dan's been away from for a while. I don't know if I want to just like shit on this promo, but like this line really stands out to me as being, it reads as like weird to me. So I thought they might like remember that. And I just to be clear, I wasn't like shitting on the promo to them. I was asking them, hey, I have these problems with the promo. Do you think I should like be like upfront about it? Should I just like, tell Dan, or should I kind of be more like encouraging, as I typically am, which I don't think is a bad thing. And they were like, no, yeah, no, yeah, that's weird. That line is weird. Like, talk to Dan about it, because that's, it's promo feedback. It's not just promo applause chat. So I thought one of them might have, and this character appeals to me a lot. Like, me specifically, I'm a big proponent of not falling into the kind of trappings of like nostalgia and getting wrapped up in it. And I thought, yeah, the character, the promo, that line specifically was in a way, and I still think this, I think it was in a way directed at me. But I didn't think Dan was the kind of guy who would like poke fun at himself like that. And I just really like that. I really like that. I really, really like that he was like willing to do that. Yeah, I love the character, and I'm glad Dan's back, and Dan is clearly doing very good work, and it's good. It's nice. Anyway, yeah, let's keep going. Main voyage. This again, Wells told me. I think Wells thought I was helping to make the tournament, which I was asked if I wanted to help book it, and I said fuck no, which is one of the best, maybe the single best decision I've ever made in AS, because I've really, really, really enjoyed just watching this as a fan, and I don't get to do that as often as I like, because I'm on the booking team for like more feds than I should be. But yeah, just especially the fact that this tournament is all about the surprises and the reveals and everything, like what I'm doing now, I really didn't want to miss out on that. But yeah, I knew Maiden Voyage was Wells, and even if Wells hadn't spoken to me about it, UOW is my favorite Fed ever. It's my single favorite Fed ever, bar none, of all time. It's the reason. It's one of the reasons I care so much about AES. And yeah, I remembered Maiden Voyage. I knew that was a Wells character. Anyway, yeah, let's keep going. Mysteria. Mysteria. I don't know why I pronounce it like that. Mysteria. I had my suspicions. I went through a few options. I thought Robin or Dan were both possibilities because her tights match the ring really well, and I thought maybe she's related to the Fed in some way, like maybe she works for the company. But when I read the promo, I just had a feeling. It's not that I like knew. It's that I read it and I was like, my instincts are telling me this is Knight. And it's a great promo. It's probably one of my favorite promos Knight's written, actually. I really like it. I really like the character. I think the way she was kind of, her traits were like communicated within her matches was really cool. And the thing about like, donate to my Patreon if you want to see me do more like magic tricks and wrestling is like such a cool gimmick. Like I'm stunned that hasn't been done on AES before. I like it a lot, but I did guess this one right. I never would have told you so. Fucking told. I thought for sure this was Spoomy. Spoomy told me he hadn't managed to sign up, which I thought was a lie, and that fucking doubt vindicated by one of the later entrants.
But yeah, I don't know. I read the promo and I was like, this is amazing. There were like 3 people who could have written this. Spoomy's one. I think I did consider Gurley just because Gurley is so willing to just go hard on a seemingly silly concept like this. But I was convinced Gurley was Mojave Rose. That was one of the ones I was sure about. Like how I was sure about Allison Chase being Clark. I was sure Mojave Rose was Turtle. No, Mojave Rose. Yeah, I was sure Mojave Rose was Gurley, and I was fucking wrong. And yeah, just like that fucking promo was really good. Like Gurley is such a great writer, and when I finish recording this, I might, if I remember, I'm gonna go in the thread and nominate him for Writer of the Year because the Amy Rosen stuff he's been writing this year has been almost all like great. Everything I can remember Gurley writing recently has been really good, but I didn't think he was the turtle. Yeah, a little bit. We're being kind to ourselves. Self-care. I'm treating me right, but not too right. Come on, there's a little bit stuck to the bottom of the glass here. Let's get that. Ooh. I spilled it on myself. Now I'm gonna be so dirty. Not really. It's very clean, actually. You can apply it to other things to make them cleaner. Let's keep going. Stevie Shanks. I knew it. Yeah, no, I fucking knew it. I knew that this is the most Zach character ever. To the point that I was like, in my head, I was like, maybe this is someone else doing Zach, but nah, I went with the safe option, and I was right. So I don't regret that. Hey study. Hey study. Hey study. Hey study. What do these tights look like? What do these tights look like, study? Study initially, when she first got posted, was convinced that Dominique was me, and he unconvinced himself because when I make a character, I like to give him a sort of funny, meaningful, interesting name. And with this one, he was like, that's just a name. It's not a reference to anything. What do these ties look like? They look like dominoes, don't they? The black and white polka dot clown. Her name is Dominique. That's intentional. That's all I have to say. I'm a fucking genius. No one guessed it was me. Nobody knew. Place at the right time. This one, however, you know how I was convinced Allison Chase was Clark, and I was convinced Mojave Rose was Gurley, and you know how Spoomy said, "No, I'm not in the tournament. I didn't sign up." And I didn't believe it. When Blake told me I'm not, I didn't even know. I didn't sign up. I don't make girl characters. I found out about the signups too late. I believed it. And on top of that, Roxanne Spaulding, everything about her, the name, the look, the fact that she's like just a lesbian painter, everything about it. The finisher name even sounds like something Robin would come up with. I was certain. And the fact that she's not in the tournament, she's doing these like non-tournament matches. She was announced last in the same way Michaela Morrow in Asphodel Meadows 1 was announced last. I don't know if Robin did this on purpose. I don't know if Robin looked at her and thought this is the most Robin character ever, and she like played to that with the fact that she was like the last one announced, the one not in the tournament, the one doing the non-tournament matches. But yeah, I was dead fucking certain this was a new Robin character. I fucking love Roxanne Spalding. Design wise, like I know I said my top three are uh Amber, Turtle, Claudette. Design wise, it's like number one Dee Dee Shanks, number two Roxanne, just my absolute favorite. Like she looks so great. She's such an easily, just an effortlessly cool character. Like fantastic. Really cool. I love that. Yeah, I love that she was like there. I love that Robin kind of let this one in. I love her wrestling outside the arena. I love her entrance music. I'm gonna drink this hand sanitizer now. I'm a big fan of Oliver Tree. Ooh, ooh. Got a little lump and it kind of burned. So you see in the thumbnail here, Tiara Rose is the one being super kicked. So I knew there was I knew there was like an open challenge non-tournament thing happening. And before Roxanne Spalding got revealed, in my head I was like, okay, this is Robin's character. Robin has a character who's doing an open challenge thing. And then Roxanne Spalding got revealed, number 25. And I was like, okay, Robin's doing the open challenge thing. This character's not in the tournament. This character's outside the tournament doing this open challenge thing. And then fucking she did the promo. She came out. She was like, "Hey, I'm not in the tournament. I'm doing an open challenge thing." I was like, "Fucking Robin, you made this character." The one thing that threw me off is I didn't think Robin was a fan of Oliver Tree, even though I knew she'd heard his music before because there was a period of like a week where we would just play Bloodborne and I would listen to Oliver Tree while Robin was like in the room. And I didn't think she was really that into it, but I thought it was possible that she just like, heard the song, maybe Dan put her onto it. Even I don't think Dan is like a big like rap music guy, but I thought maybe he was just like really into, just out of nowhere, just really into Oliver Tree, and he was like, "Hey, Robin, listen to this," and Robin's like, "Cool, I like it." Um, but yeah, I didn't think it was impossible, and yeah, all the other evidence seemed so like overwhelming. I thought, yeah, this is Robin. This is Robin's Oliver Tree character listener, and I was wrong. It was Blake, and that's why I just drank Hannah sanitizer. Big Rising, fucking Resi. I knew it was you. You said in the chat earlier, "Oh, I scrubbed all mentions of it." Yeah, you replaced her name with XXXX. So there were just these messages of you talking about Danny and XXXX Bryson. And I found those before she was revealed for the tournament. Um, because I was looking for information on Danny Bryson to make him in Fire Pro for the scrapyard that happened quite recently. And so I saw, oh, Rezi was talking about Beat Bryson and has removed all these mentions of her name. I wonder if she's in fucking Asphodel Meadows. Galaxy Brain. Let's keep going. And Aelith the Brutalizer, I guessed was Nate, I guessed was Beatty straight away. I thought Aelith and Dee Dee, one of them's Nate, one of them's Zach. I went with my heart, I went with my gut. And the reason I thought it was Nate is because I know Nate really likes Max the Impaler. And I was talking to Nate the other night, and Nate told me, so the idea behind this character is that she's kind of like Walter in terms of this, the sort of role he plays in WWE, where he's this like kind of massive like powerhouse guy, and he can like beat you with any move, and he's like impossible to defeat. He's like you can't put him down. Crossed with Bruiser Brody as specifically like that, the episode of The Dark Side of the Ring about Bruiser Brody inspired Nate to make the character. Max the Impaler never crossed Nate's mind, and the reason I hedged my bets on this being Nate is because I was thinking, that's Max the Impaler. Nate loves Max the Impaler. Nate made a Max the Impaler character. And the fact that she has nothing to do with Max the Impaler whatsoever makes me like her even more. And I already liked her because I really like Max the Impaler, but the fact that that isn't even the thing, that she's this like wholly original character, like separate to that, is fantastic. It's great. But I knew this was Nate. I guessed it. And of course, the winner of Asphodel Meadows 2, one of my top 3 very favorites, Claudette de Chateaubriand. Matrix was kind of workshopping ideas with me about the character. Like, I knew before, like, anybody else did, that Claudette de Chateaubriand was a Dark Matrix character. And that's like everything, right? Like, that's a lot of... Asphodel Meadows by Robin. Good helping back. That's nice. Good tournament. That's my favorite AS show, I think. Yeah, I really liked it, and I'm really glad I got to, just watch it, just enjoy it. And that's the end of that.